Hello, hello. Welcome back to Beauty 334. Let's jump right into it. We're going to cleanse the energy. Holy Spirit, cleanse the energy around me so that only accurate and concise messages make it through. Cleanse the energy of the collective so that their energy can come through untainted and pure. Okay. Like all of a sudden my nose just went crazy. Okay. Alright. Let's cleanse my energy as well. Let's not burn my hair. It smells so good. It really does. Like really, really. This is a dragon blood incense. It definitely helps cleansing the energy. Oh, this smells so good. I wish I could just put it all over me. Look. So this is actually it's not charcoal, it's an actual resin. These are handmade incense with dragon blood resin. So yeah, they're very potent. I love the way they burn. Some incense, they don't burn as well. Thanks for the subscription. Some don't burn as well. Hello, I am well. You know what? My mic is actually in the room. Let me. Do I need to grab my mic or can y'all hear me pretty well? Do I need to grab my mic? Hey, hey. Hey, Kelly. You can hear me pretty well? Awesome. So we are about to jump into this reading. I'm doing kind of like a blind spot reading, like what you don't see that others do, but it's going to be, kind of like what you see that people don't see, okay? And what people see that you don't see, and then like what's hidden from you and other people, and what can you and other people see is the energy I'm going to be pulling on today. So without further ado, okay, this smells so good. Yeah, I wish y'all could actually smell it. Oh my gosh. It smells so good. I wish y'all could actually smell what I smell. But I'll just smell it for you twice because it's so nice. Okay. And I have a new tarot deck as well. Really pretty. Really pretty deck. Like, is my deck upside down or what's going on? But yeah, it's really pretty. You guys, don't judge my shuffle, okay? I come from a family of card players, but I was not a card player. So the shuffle got lost with me, okay? So let's see what it is that it's technically being hidden from you. Okay. Alrighty. So Holy Spirit, can you give me 4 cards here? It said you can't shuffle either. Okay. All right. Let's see. We got the Nine of Pentacles. Okay. Ooh, I like how these coming out. We got the Fool here. And we have, oh, look how that coming out. Let me see. It's gonna come flip out by itself like the rest of them have been. And this deck is so pretty. I guess this wants to come. Well, that's 2 cards. I really need 1. Okay, that'll do it. Ooh, Ace of Swords. Okay. So, with that being said, we have the Page of Swords, and we have the Nine of Pentacles, the Fool, and the Ace of Swords here. Yeah, 2 swords, a pentacle, and a major arcana. Alrighty, guys. So, what you know and what people know already is that you have this Page of Swords energy going on here. Okay, very curious. You're a very curious person. You ask a lot of questions. You want to know things all the time. You a little nosy, but it's not, you're not nosy to be in people's business. You're just nosy to help you understand people around you, or you're just nosy to kind of like help keep you ahead of the game, if that makes sense, because you're very quick-witted, a very quick-witted person. It's like you be watching everything. You may not say everything, but you watch everything. And this is something that people already know about you. They see you as a person who just soaks in a lot of information, and somebody who's very curious, very intelligent at the same time. And I think this kind of makes you very mysterious too because of this, because it's like you're always observing, you're always learning, but you're never really just putting out the information. You're always soaking up the information, is the energy here. Okay. So a lot of people come to you for advice, and a lot of people just see you as a wise person. And that's that Page of Swords energy, right? So that's what you and other people know. That's the obvious. But the thing that you don't know, and what other people don't know, so what's hidden from you and what's hidden from other people, is the fact that you're actually in this Nine of Pentacles energy. Okay? This is the thing you don't know. It's because you're a person who's always striving for better, always striving for the best of the situation, which is why you're always trying to obtain information. What you don't see is that you're actually in this Nine of Pentacles energy. You're very abundant. You're very luxurious. You're a person who stands out, right? You're a standout. Okay, very independent. You could get a lot of attention. Okay, all of these things, right? But this is your energy. You just have a very luxurious energy about you. Okay? And people don't even, it's like you don't really present that way, because all they see is your wit and how much you pay attention to details and how thorough you are and how smart you are. So people, they see how smart you are, but they're not really seeing the other side of you, which is how great your energy is, because you probably present to be just such a serious person that people don't see the carefree side of you, right? They don't see that you're just a fun loving person. Okay? So yeah. Okay. And then let me see, what else am I getting with this nine of, yeah, you're just a fun loving person. Like, you see, she look like somebody who's having a good time. It's like, yeah, I'm serious because I'm serious about my money, but I like to have a good time too. I like to have a good time too. And that's what people don't see. Okay? That's what people don't see. That you actually do like to have a good time. You are a free loving person. You are a person who is very independent. So it's like you can stand alone. You're self-sufficient. You don't need people around, okay? You don't necessarily have to have people around you in order to have a good time. You can have a good time by yourself, but you can also have a good time with other people, okay? So that's the energy that is giving, and that's what you don't know, and that's what other people don't know either, okay? But what other people don't know that you do know is you're in this full energy. You are a person who take risk, okay? You are a person who is constantly taking leaps of faith towards whatever endeavor it is. It's like you don't mind trying new things. You don't mind getting your hands dirty. You don't mind, like, not in a illegal kind of way, but you don't mind getting your hands dirty as far as like jumping into a new task, right? Learning something new. Like, you'll do it. You all for it, okay? You're a free thinker. You're just a free, loving person, is the energy. And this is what you know about yourself. And we have the Aquarius coming out here as well. Okay. So, yeah, you're just this free, loving person. Like, you really are. You really are. Okay. Is that exactly? Yes. So, what you don't know and what other people don't know about you. So this is something that's being hidden from you and other people. Okay? This is something that you don't even know about yourself. Okay? So what you don't know about yourself is you have this Ace of Swords energy. You have this Ace of Swords energy. You don't even know this about yourself. You don't, it's like you are the epitome of the truth. You are the epitome of clarity. You're extremely enlightened, okay? You have vision, okay? And you're a person who knows how to communicate. You don't really see how good of a communicator you are. So you may shy away from people out of fear that you might stumble, okay, when talking to people. But in all actuality, if you just were to take your time, because you're so intelligent, I mean, come on, you got the Page of Swords energy. You're very intelligent, very quick witted. So you're able to hold conversations with people. But the thing is, a lot of times you may keep things very surface level, very shallow, out of fear that you may not have anything to talk about with people, or you may not like what people are talking about, you know? So you can definitely communicate a lot of information to people in a conversation, right? So you may be the kind of person who, when having a conversation, you're more so talking about, instead of like having deeper conversations, it's more so like a, hey, did you know kind of conversation, right? It's very informative, is the kind of energy when you are having a conversation, just because you do have a certain level of awkwardness when it comes to communication, okay? But sometimes because you're so quick-witted, right, and funny, I'm getting funny too, right? So you're a very funny person, very quick-witted person. And but a lot of people don't get to see that because they just stop here. A lot of people just stop here. Hey, Lado. A lot of people just stop here. They don't, it's like they see that and they just stop. It's like, okay, that's it. That's Oliver. We don't need to see anything else when it comes to this person. They've showed us their hand. They showed us who they are. They showed us everything, but you're so many different layers. So many different layers, right? And that's what they don't see. They don't see all your many layers. Okay. So Holy Spirit, if there was so I want to know, like, what's the obstacle from stopping this person from what's stopping this person from being seen as this very Nine of Pentacle energy here? What's stopping this person from being seen as the Nine of Pentacles here? So what's stopping people from seeing you as this Nine of Pentacles is we have the Ten of Wands. Like, literally, we have the Ten of Wands here. It says stress, hard work, effort, sacrifice, burdens over it, walking away in willpower. So it's like you're a very hard working person. So people don't get to see the other side of you. Okay? People don't get to see the other side of you because of how hard working you are. So it's like, if you want people to see how like really bubbly you are, right? If you want people to see that side of you, you have to kind of let up a little, you know? You have to kind of pump the brakes a little, be more friendly, be more talkative, right? You don't have to tell all your business, but just be a little more talkative, you know? And you have to be, it's like you have to sacrifice because a person who is intelligent, let me tell you, intelligent people hate ignorance, right? They hate people who just seem to lack good common sense, right? um if you want me to answer a question, I'm only doing it through Cash App. So you have to send the Cash App, then I answer the question. Other than that, this is just a collective reading. But yeah, so smart people, they hate dealing with ignorance. They hate dealing with no common sense. So it's like, if you want people to see the other side of you, you have to kind of like have more patience, right? So you have to sacrifice that over energy to be more patient, is the energy here. Okay, instead of just being over it and just walking away from the ignorance, you just got to sit in it just a little bit longer. Okay, just a little bit longer. Alrighty. With Lover's Lane, you can always, you know, pray and ask your spirit team for guidance for yourself. You don't have to pay anyone else for any information. You can get it directly yourself. Okay? But I need that energy exchange. Thought I seen something. Yep, I did see something flip. We have Star. It says hope, healing, inspiration, wishes, renewed spirituality, individuality, and creative thinking. So yeah, you're gonna have to come out of your head and actually come down to the black and white world that we call the Matrix. Okay, because it's like nobody is gonna be able to see how awesome you is. Look, oh, that was like terrible grammar right there. Nobody's gonna be able to see how awesome you are if you keep it all to yourself. Like, do you see how closed off this person is? And you see all these stars and sparkles shooting off the top of their head? Okay. But look, the mouth is glowing here. The mouth is glowing. It's like you have to speak, you have to communicate outwardly, not just inwardly. Not just inwardly, you have to communicate outwardly. It's like the lips is just, you know how you go to the you go to the ATM machine, or you making a purchase and they light up this place where you put the money at. They light their area up because that's where they want the exchange to happen, right? So spirit is like, this is where the exchange needs to happen. It needs to happen verbally. Okay, you have to communicate, you have to sacrifice a little bit. Okay, you're gonna have to sacrifice a nerve or two so that people can actually see you for who you are. Okay, so spirit, why is it so hard? Why is it so hard to just open up and communicate, right? That's what I want to know. Why is it so hard to just open up and communicate? Like, what is that about? That's what I want to know. Ooh. It's so hard because of you're just so used to being in this emperor energy. Look, father, leader, boss, money maker, conqueror, head of household, decision maker, wise counsel. Because it's so hard because you're so wise, you're so structured, you're so established within your own energy that it's like you do realize it's like the same energy coming out. It's like you do realize that you don't need other people when it comes to being content. But the thing is, you want other people around, but in order to have other people around for those moments when you do get bored, or you done been in your house for 133 days straight, and on day 134 you want to go hang out. Well, guess what? You pick up the phone and you like, dang, I ain't got no friends. It's those moments because you don't open your mouth. You have to learn to communicate. So you have to sacrifice some of that independency, right? Not saying be codependent, but you have to sacrifice some of that independent time that you spend with yourself in order to allow space for other people. Okay, because there are other people out there that agree with your spirit. There are other people out there that agree with your energy. You just have to open the door. Okay, open the door and let them in, is the energy. Okay, because look, this emperor looked mighty lonely with all that power in their hand, surrounded by all this power, and can't do nothing else with it but sit there and play with it and be entertained by it. But it's like eventually you want to show somebody, right? You want to get around people and show other people this same fire that you have within you, this same power that you have within you. So you have to sacrifice, right? You have to sacrifice. So yes, yes, yes. So that's why it's so hard to communicate with people, because you're just so independent. You just like super strong, bro. You super strong, super independent. Okay, super self-sufficient. You're like a well-oiled machine. Look, we got the world here. Conclusion, completion, karmic lesson, success, leveled up, achievement, knowledge, right? And then on the other one, we have conqueror, head of household, decision maker, wise counselor. So it's like you see everything for what it is, right? You see everything in full picture. So it's like, well, I know, look, and look at the sun coming up. Look at the sun at the bottom of the deck, okay, exposing energy. And look, it's like, I know that this person is gonna do this, and then this person is gonna do that, and then that person is gonna do this, and then I'm going to do this. So why should I even leave my house and go and do this, that, and that when I already know what's about to happen? Like, I can sit at home and drink. But no, 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 no. Yes, you can sit at home and drink. Yes, you can sit at home and have a good time by yourself, but Spirit is saying, like, baby, you need to be around some people. You need to be around some people. Sometimes you do need to be around people, okay? And not just family, right? Not just family. Mm, mm, mm. Look, the sun and then the four swords right underneath. Meditation, healing, silence, thinking, time alone, higher level of conscious. So literally, that is like confirmation for what I just said. You already know because you're so wise, right? So smart, right? So it's like you're so intuitive. Yes, they are pretty, aren't they? It's beautiful. This is the deck. It's Neon Awakening. Very beautiful deck. Very beautiful. So it's just like yes, right on par. But look, we got the magician peeping through. The magician peeping through with the four of wands. It's like you should be out there celebrating in partnerships with friends and whatever have you. Look, it says alchemist, genius. That's the energy I'm telling you. Trickster, problem solver, fixer, jack of all trades, and magical. Hola, Laverne. You know what, Laverne? I had a dream, and on the back of the sheriff jacket, it said Luverne, but it didn't say Laverne. It said Luverne, like Luverne, Alabama, or whatever. And then it had sheriff, but on the jacket, I never seen a sheriff with that kind of jacket. On the jacket, it had like an eagle. It was a nice jacket. You're in Alabama? Wow. Wow. I didn't know that. I'm in Alabama too. But on the back of it, the sheriff had a jacket. It was such a nice jacket. It was like brown and all that, but it was like an eagle. It was like an eagle and an American flag or something to that effect on the jacket. And it was an old man. It was an old man who was like an entrepreneur in the area, and they was going to bust him because they thought he was selling drugs or something. I don't know what his old man was doing, but they thought he was selling drugs or something. But they ended up leaving the old man alone, and they went after this guy who like fled from the police or whatever. So they ended up just handcuffing the man in front of the older man's house. So I'm looking like, what in the world is going on? Cause like all of a sudden I seen like police cars lining up the side of it was so many police cars everywhere in the dream. And I'm like, what is going on? In the dream, I just remember thinking, what is going on? I seen U.S. Marshals, and I seen when the man turned around, I seen the back of his jacket in white letters at the bottom. It said Luverne Sheriff. He said, so what that mean? You know what? I haven't even taken the time to like sit and think about what that dream means, but with seeing that, me like remembering specifically that I seen the eagle on the jacket and the American flag on the jacket with Luverne and Sheriff on the jacket, it's giving the energy like um you're an immigrant. Oh goodness. Hopefully legal. Hopefully, you're legal. But I don't know. Maybe it is a message for you because I don't know why, but just seeing your name, Laverne, it made me think about the dream. Like it literally took me straight back to the dream. So you're not legal yet? Yeah, so I don't know, Laverne. Just beware, I guess. Stay away from the sheriffs. You know, you just stay clear, stay free. Said your wife dragging your feet. I don't know, but I just felt, compelled to say something about that. Mm, mm, mm. So we got the chariot and we got the seven of swords. So the chariot talks about destiny, journey, and overcoming obstacles. And the seven of swords is some sort of betrayal or deception or trickery or sneakiness, you know. Actually, I was just doing like a collective reading. Okay, I was doing a collective reading basically, but when I seen your name, my mind just choo, went straight to the dream, and I just like, oh, let me tell you about my dream, because even though your name is not Luverne, it says Lovern. So I don't know, and I when I woke up, I was like, Laverne? Laverne, like, why does that even matter? I don't know nobody that lives in Luverne, Alabama. I haven't read any articles about Luverne, Alabama, or whatever the case is. Say you've been battling for a year now. Mm. Man, my them dreams be off the chain. And then I dreamed, oh my gosh, last night I dreamed that I was standing in the street on the driver's side of the car that was parked on the curb. And there was a big tree. It was like a corner house, right? Big tree in the yard. Tell me why I look at the tree and I see a humongous boa constrictor. A boa constrictor. And I remember in my dream, hey Jerry, I remember in my dream like thinking like, oh my God, that is a boa constrictor. Like, what the hell is a boa constrictor doing in Alabama? It was like a Congo, like one of those jungle, big old, humongous. I mean, wrapped around this big old tree, and this was the biggest tree I ever seen. Like the not the biggest tree I ever seen. I mean, technically in my dream, it was pretty big, but it wasn't the biggest dream I've seen. It was just so wide, right? It was so wide and it was kind of tall, but it wasn't extremely tall, but it definitely was extremely wide. And this boa constrictor was just wrapped around this tree. And there was another one that was wrapped around the light pole. Okay. In a dream, the snake, it was like green and brown and black like that. It was kind of like army fatigue, right? It was kind of like army fatigue, but it wasn't army fatigue. It was those that patchy color blocking like armor fatigue. It was like that. Like the old armor fatigue, not the digitized one. But yeah, it was crazy. I was like, what is this dream? And then I end up going around the back of the house. And when I go around the back of the house, I go in and there's a door separating the living room from the front room. I know, Amy. That's why I'm like, I'm trying to see, like, what is this dream saying to me? What is this dream saying to me? And then the chariot and the seven of swords came out. So it's like some obstacles are coming. Okay. Or it's like obstacles are coming, some type of betrayal that is gonna be overcome here. A betrayal is gonna be overcome. It's like it's like something is just gonna miss you, right? It's like right there, but it's gonna miss you or something to that effect. It's like a almost gotcha kind of energy. Okay. Hopefully, Luverne, you don't live around any old men who don't like, people of other nationalities, or a person who doesn't like immigrants. Because hopefully you don't have a person who is, basically trying to tell or snitch or whatever the case is. You know what I'm saying? Not trying to call the folks on you. But yeah, it was crazy though. It was a crazy dream. Right, let's hope not. Because people are so bitter and sneaky, and some people just do it for kicks, just so they can record and put it out for the world to see. But yeah, so I'll go around to the back. I go in, the door's still closed, and then I'm looking out because the door was glass, so I could see through the glass. And the front door was open. It says serpents or positive and esoteric. I don't know. I would have to look it up and see the meaning of snakes and such. Cause it was boa constrictors. Like what? And it was just wrapped around a tree like a spiral. Wrapped around a tree. The strength being strong. Mm. Okay, Project of 11. Tell us. Tell us something now. Teach the people. Okay? Because we want to know, what does that mean? And then now I'm looking at out the front door, and I can still see the roots and stuff of the tree, and I can see like the part of the tree where it goes up at this point. And this guy I know comes out of nowhere. Don't know why he's even in my dream. He's a white guy I know. Comes out of nowhere, and well, he's actually my supervisor, which is crazy. So he comes out of nowhere, and he reaches down and he grabs the snake that was wrapped around the light pole. Don't know how it got on the ground. It looked like it was blending in with the roots or something, but he grabbed it. But it was so strong. It was so strong, like he was having a hard time like controlling it or whatever. But the thing about the one that he caught, it was so short. Mm. Yeah, they do mean, I know what you're talking about. Yes. It was two of them, but they weren't intertwined with each other. One was short. One was short. One was like a runt. It was like a runt constrictor, but it was still fat and round. It was just short. It was really short. It was probably like 4 feet long, and it was just up on the post. So he grabbed it, but that mug was still strong. It was short, but it was strong. Still strong. So he had to end up like taking the mouth part and like what like the lip is of the snake, and he just pulled it back as hard as he could until it ripped off, right? Until it ripped off. And so then somebody else came and they just boom, they hit the snake. So then it just kind of like slumped down or whatever. So then the other boa constrictor that was in the tree, it started like slowly like easing down towards where the people were. Like it was about to grab somebody, okay? So now I'm screaming through the door, watch out! It's a snake in the tree! Watch out! It's a snake in a tree. I'm just yelling because I'm not gonna open this door because I don't want this boa constrictor to come towards me, right? But everybody at this point, the runt snake that they done knocked out, it's back up, and now it has this whole skeleton snake head, right? And it's just running, chasing the people, but it was like it wasn't slithering on the ground. It wasn't slithering on the. It was like kind of like it was floating like it was flying around chasing people with this skeleton head. It had like this glow like it was a spiritual skeleton head with the snake body. It's crazy. It's crazy. Well, it's like the white man thought he killed it, but it did not die. It didn't die. That mug respawned with a skeleton head and started floating around, flying around, whatever you want to call it, chasing people. And they just running. I'm just looking at them. They just running back and forth. Whole while it was another person. They were just standing there. They were standing there by the tree, just like looking, cause like it's like they in shock that it's going on. Like what the heck is going on? They can't believe it's a snake with a skeleton head chasing people. They just stuck looking. And then I'm still yelling, hey, because the person who's frozen in place, just standing there, they don't know this whole boa constrictor is coming down out of this branch about to yoke them. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, hey, watch out. Watch out. It's a snake in a tree. So right when the snake would strike or whatever, as soon as the snake strike, the person moved out of the way, so the snake missed the person. I was like, whew, I was so happy and relieved because I was not about to open that door because I didn't want that skeleton snake to come towards me. So then my other supervisor, he come busting through. I didn't even see him coming. He come busting through the door, and I hurry up and slam the door back because I'm like, no, I gotta get the door closed. And he jump out the door or whatever, and he got on a full mariachi suit. Like literally just a full mariachi suit. And I'm like, I'm like, number one, why is he dressed as a mariachi? And number two, why does he have on the suit if he's so hot? Take the suit off. Well, I didn't get that the people were bad at all. I didn't get that the people were bad. Um, I didn't even get that the snakes were bad. Honestly, it was just like one of those things like, hey, it's a snake in the tree, right? But I was scared of the snake. I was scared of the snake. Yes, a mariachi suit. And he come in like, ooh, it's hot out there. With a mariachi suit on. Of course it's hot in a mariachi suit in the heat. Yeah, it's literally a mariachi suit. And then the dream just ended there. I think I ended up waking up or something, or got an alert or something on my phone. It woke me up. It's crazy. It's a crazy dream. My dreams be off the chain, y'all. I kid y'all not. They be off the chain. Do you hear me? Said grandma and grandpa. Mm, 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 mm. Mm, mm, mm. So there could be. Is there a card under this card? It is. Wow, look at that. It's two cards, y'all. I thought this was one card, but I'm like, is that a double lip? It's two cards. And it's the tower. Wow. And it's the tower. Hiding right underneath the chariot. Overcoming obstacles. Right? Destruction. Forced change. Catastrophe. damage, rebuild, liberation, and unforeseen events. The Tower coming straight out. And this is a Seven of Swords that came out. You know what? Now that I think about it, this is literally a skeleton head. And I've been here talking about a snake skeleton head. And here's the skeleton head. Wow. Mm, 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 mm. But the crazy thing about the snake with the skeleton head, people was running from it because it had a skeleton head and it was still chasing people. But it's like they knew it couldn't bite them. But the one that was wrapped around a tree could. And nobody was paying attention to that one. Nobody was paying attention to that one. But with this chariot coming out and then the Seven of Swords and this tower, right? It's like I'm definitely getting with the chariot, it's like that forward movement energy, but also it said the tree in my dream is the chariot. It's like overcoming obstacles, right? Overcoming obstacles, right? Just like that person who didn't get bit. The person who didn't get bit by the spider, they overcome an obstacle, okay? Crises averted, right? And we have this betrayal, lack of conscience, deception, trickery. That snake damn sure tricked them folks. They thought it was dead, but it wasn't. It revived itself in the underlife, the afterlife. It revived itself. Okay, real sneaky like. So I don't know if that's to say that maybe something that you thought was dead isn't dead, right? Like it's just going through a change. It's just going through a change, right? But at the same token, it could be saying that there are some unforeseen events coming your way, right? That you're going to need the willpower to overcome due to some sort of Seven of Swords energy. Due to some sort of Seven of Swords energy here. Yeah. So let's see. Mm. I hear you, Amy. Said, don't know if you should confront it or not. So, Holy Spirit, clarify this energy here. What is this chariot, Seven of Swords, and tower energy? What does that deal with? What does that deal with here, Spirit? Knock, and the door will be open to you. Ladder. Oh, you need to see if we're going to have a future together. You're so funny. It say use your discernment, whether you should confront or not. True. True. Okay, so this has to do with strength. So I asked, what does the chariot, Seven of Swords, and tower have to do with? And strength came out. It's about having strength for some sort of unforeseen event here. Okay? Strong-willed. Look, and we said willpower up here for the chariot. It says Braveheart, regal, strong-willed, independent, end game, confidence and power. Okay. So somebody may be needing to get ready for some sort of situation that is supposed to like take them out or something like that. Somebody needs to be prepared for this. Okay. So what shouldn't they do at this time, Spirit? Right, you do. What shouldn't they do? What should they not do regarding this situation here? What should they not do? Three of Wands. Expansion, confidence, waiting period, success, relocation, receiving opportunities. So basically, it's saying like you should not be still, right? You should not wait for something here. Okay, well, let's see what they should do. What should they do here, Spirit? I said they should not wait. It's like, don't wait. What should they do, Spirit? What should this person do? They should trust their intuition with the High Priestess coming out. They should trust their intuition. It says empath, secretive, all-knowing, hidden truth, metaphysical, healer, in unknown realms. Okay? They should trust their intuition. For sure. Hmm. What are the options? Like, I want to know, like, exactly what should this person do? We got the Page of Pentacles, new opportunity, student, new ideal, raise, hobby, a solid message, and planning. Okay, so somebody should be making a plan here. Somebody needs to put together some sort of plan, right? And they shouldn't delay this. This is not something that shouldn't be delayed. Somebody should be putting a plan for whatever they feel that they know here, for whatever they feel is going to happen. They should be putting together a plan and not delaying this plan. Okay? What happens if they start planning now? Okay. So we had two reveal itself. Page of Wands and the Eight of Swords. It says, if you start planning now, look, we have mental prison, fixation, fear, anxiety, silence, alone, hands are tied, mental chaos. And then it says messages, non-commitment, free spirit, curious, creative talent, impulsive ideas. Okay. But the Eight of Swords talks about being in prison, right? Being in a mental prison. Being in a mental prison. Hands are tied. Okay, so it's giving me the options. So if this person chooses to go with this plan, right? Some sort of new opportunity here, some sort of plan. Okay, they could very well, but these two don't even go together. Page of Wands and Eight of Swords. This talks about being bound, and this talks about being free. Okay. So maybe it's just saying like, it's gonna cause some mental stress here. It's like you're gonna be in your head about it if you do decide to go ahead and make a plan. Okay, maybe you're gonna be just having so many different ideas coming to you, but at the end of the day, you're gonna end up in this page of wands energy. You're gonna be very enthusiastic about whatever this is. Okay. So it's like doing this, you go from being in the Eight of Swords to being in a Page of Wands energy. So what happens if they don't do it? What happens if they don't start to plan for some sort of unforeseen event or catastrophe even? What could happen? What could happen here if they don't make a plan about how to approach some unforeseen event here? Oof, that came out. Okay, so if you don't plan to do something or whatever, then you get this Empress energy. You get the Empress energy and you get the King of Cups energy. Empress energy, mother, fertile, divine feminine, creation, abundance, nurturing, stability, pregnancy, emotionally intelligent, intuitive, passionate, devoted, faithful leadership. So there's some sort of huh. So I said, if you do this, so if somebody waits to do something here, if somebody waits to do something, they're going to end up in this Eight of Swords energy, right? They're going to end up in this Eight of Swords energy, and it could cause them to move into this very carefree energy. Like, I don't really care, right? So this could like affect somebody's energy here from the Three of Wands to the Page of Wands. If you don't wait on something, then you get the Eight of Swords and the Page of Wands. Because it's like you'll be in an impulsive energy, right? It's like making an impulsive decision here. So if you don't wait and you just do something here, if you don't wait on it, so yeah, if you don't wait on something, you're going to end up in the Eight of Wands with the Page of Swords. Very impulsive, very enthusiastic kind of energy. Is going to be um yeah, it's not good energy, basically, is what I'm getting at. It's not good energy. But if you were to wait, if you do wait on something here and listen to your intuition, then you get to sit in this Empress energy, right? Stable, in the King of Cups, emotionally intelligent, intuitive, passionate, devoted, faithful leadership, and reliability here. That is really crazy. Really crazy energy. High Priestess, Empress, King of Cups, Three of Wands, Page of Pentacles, Eight of Swords, Page of Wands. This if you don't. I mean, this is if you do, this is if you don't. So if I had to say, whatever the situation is, it's best someone didn't do something here. Maybe it's best that someone didn't move towards something, or maybe it's best if, somebody. Mm, mm, yeah, maybe it's best somebody didn't move forward towards something here. Yeah. I want these clarified individually. You said usually you the type to jump on it, but lately I've been thinking about it and watching. Hmm. That may be the best thing right now. That may be the best thing right now. Sometimes things will work themselves out if you just wait and go through the motions. So, what is this chariot directly? What is this chariot talking about here? What is this chariot energy directly? Spirit, the Six of Cups, giving, second chance. Okay, past, children, memories, friends, second chance at love, reigniting the past, and nostalgia here. Mm. And you know what? It's two of them here. Mm, 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 mm. It's two of these crescent moons. So the chariot is clarified by the Six of Cups, which talks about friends and a second chance at love, reigniting the past. So I don't know. It's like don't go towards something here because it's deceptive and you don't see the outcome if you do go towards it. So the Seven of Swords, we got the Five of Wands. Challenges, obstacles, fights, petty arguments, drama, resistance, and jealousy. Wow. So that's clarifying the Seven of Swords. And that's pretty accurate. You say you stopped your whole life for your grandma when she got diagnosed with dementia, cared for her to her last day. None of her kids helped. I stayed. She passed, and I was robbed of everything. I did it because she was my everything that came for her money that I was robbed of, but it's the principle of the matter. I understand that. I understand that. Wow. So there's some sort of friendship or um partnership, right? That is saying that you should not go forward towards because you don't understand like somebody's being very deceptive here. It's almost like a setup kind of energy. It's like somebody is being set up for a fight or something to that effect. It's like somebody's being set up for a fight here and you don't even know what's coming here. You don't know what the unforeseen event is. It's like a catastrophe. Mm, 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 mm. Clarify the tower. I ain't even get it out of my mouth good. Clarify the tower. We got the Ten of Pentacles. We got the Ten of Pentacles. Marriage, financial security, family, wealth, legacy, community, hope, and establishment. Wow. Mm, 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 mm. Mm, 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 mm. Says it's a waste of time. Mm, 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 mm. So let's pull out the hard truths here. Let's see what some hard truths are. So Holy Spirit, what are some hard truths regarding this situation? What are some hard truths regarding this situation here that's on the board? Mm. It's like somebody's being stubborn. Mm. So what's some hard truths about this situation at hand here? Perseverance. Where you stop is where you'll end up. Keep going and expanding until you have reached beyond your goals. You're on the right track. So this is urging somebody to keep going, keep pushing here. Keep going, keep pushing. Okay. So it's like you don't, right now is not a time to reignite other things because you're focused on your goals here, right? And it's like you're deceiving yourself and asking for a battle if you're choosing to go back to things from the past, because those things in the past are the things that are slowing you down. Okay? Because you're not gonna see with the tower here, you're not seeing that those things from the past were the things that were slowing you down and stopping you from pushing forward, okay, to this 10 of Pentacles, right? So this tower is like a delay here. So it's like every time you turn to the past, you're going to be faced with rebuilding. Is the energy. So I have a question. My question is, what is it in the past that we have to move away from in order to maintain the 10 of Pentacles? What should we move away from in our past, your spirit? I just realized my dragon blood stopped burning and everything. We should move away from the Knight of Wands energy. Action, go-getter, funny, lustful, daring, driven, adventurous, quick moving, and flirty. So it's saying move away from that very impulsive energy is what they're wanting us to move away from. It's like stop making impulsive decisions here, because it leads to battles. Because then it's like if you make an impulsive decision now, right, with the Knight of Wands, if you make an impulsive decision now, you don't know what that's affecting. You don't know what you're messing up in the future here. You don't know, okay, what kind of battles you're putting in your own way by being impulsive. Yeah, stay cool and think it through is the energy here. Even when it comes to people, though, it's like you don't know. You don't just prejudge is the energy. Don't just prejudge a situation without actually going through the depths with it. You know what I'm saying? It's like you have to see everything before you just make a final decision here. You have to go through everything before you can get to this source, full source energy. Otherwise, you just burn out. Otherwise, you just burn out. So let's see. What are some more hard truths that we need to hear? What are some hard truths the collective in my life needs to hear, Spirit? What's the hard truth the collective in my life needs to hear now? Okay, that wants to come out. So we'll let it. So this is what y'all need to hear in my live. Future self. This decision will impact who you become. Reflect on how your future self will view today's choices. Walk with the wisdom of the life you wish to live. Is that not right in line with making impulsive choices? It says how your future self, reflect on how your future self will view today's choices. Okay? So it's like it's basically asking you to start thinking from a long-term perspective, right? Look, you have to start thinking from a long-term perspective here. That's what's up, Amy. That's what's up. Yeah. So you have to have perseverance for the things that you want in life. But you also have to keep in mind that the choices you make today may very well last a lifetime. So you have to stay on your P's and Q's at all times. But you don't have to be so uptight while doing it. You can still have a life and be serious about your business here and be serious about your future and your investments into your future. You still can. Okay? Hopelessness is a draining cycle, making it seem like there's no way forward. Even in the darkest moments, a single step forward can spark the light needed to find your way out. So it's like it doesn't matter what circumstance you is, one step forward changes the whole projection. Then you have numb coming out. Avoiding issues offers temporary relief, but prevents healing. Let me say that again. Avoiding issues offers temporary relief, but prevents healing. Address unresolved emotions to uncover real solution and growth. You must feel it to heal it. So feel your feels. So I'm 45. I'm not young anymore. I know that's real. Who don't like teaching some things, Amy? You must address unresolved emotions to uncover real resolutions and growth. You must feel it to heal it. I like that. I might take that little saying. You must feel it to heal it. So let yourself feel your feels, okay? Because that's the only way you're gonna actually be able to process any of it. That's the only way you're gonna be able to process it. So, you could think about the things and people from your past. It's like, don't stop yourself from thinking about people from the past. You know, it's like, it's more so like you have to go through that, go through that energy, that up down energy. Oh, I want them. Oh, I don't. You know. Oh, they did this. Oh, but that one thing that they did right, they did it right so well. Maybe it overshadowed some of the other things that they didn't do so well. You know, whatever the case is in your situation. You know. Oh, no problem, Amy. No problem. I think I'm gonna close this one out and come back and do one more, and then I'll be on my merry way. I think I want to tap into some love energy, especially since I got all these little dicks around me. Okay, so let's do that. Tap into some love. We just, I don't know, it may be beautiful love, it may be some toxic love, but we gonna see either way. But I'll catch y'all in the next one. I'm about to close this out and then open right back up, you guys. That I am, that I is, that I are. All right, thank you guys for tuning in with me. Mwah. I'm out.